Welcome back with Your Eye on Health. It's Wednesday, which means Dr. Bose is in answering your health questions. Now, today we're talking about carbohydrates. Now, I'm always on and off diets, and carbs are usually perceived as the enemy. You'd want to stay away from carbs. That's what makes you fat. Is that the case?
You have to be careful what you hear. Not all carbs are created equal. If you think back to the day when our great-grandmothers were eating, they ate whole grains, whole oats, fruits, vegetables. And now, if you bring your great-grandmother back, you wonder if she'd even recognize what we eat as food in cartons and packages.
Canned and all that.
Yeah, popped, floured, flaked, shredded, instant. So, the distinguishing feature here is what kind of carbohydrate it is. Mother Nature provides very good carbohydrates, whole grains, whole oats, and fruits and vegetables.
Which we have pictured here.
Right, and these are things that you can put in your body, need to put in your body for energy. Because if you do just, protein, like some of the diets suggest, and cut your carbs too much, what's going to happen is you'll have no source for energy. And actually, when athletes out there do this, they actually have decreased performance on the athletic field.
So don't think of carbs as fat, but energy.
Think of it as energy, and think of doing the right level of carbs and the right amount of carbs. So you remember the movie Ghostbusters, there's the Steak Puff Marshmallow Man.
Right.
If you're eating too many marshmallows and candies out there, you're going to look like that Steak Puff Marshmallow Man.
It's all in moderation.
Yeah,
everything.
So everything in moderation for the bad stuff. And try to stick to the good carbohydrates.
Give us some examples of what the bad carbs to stay away from are.
So in general, if you look at something and it's white bread maybe, floured, flaked, shredded, instant. You've taken, that complex carbohydrate molecule, the good carbohydrate, and you've refined it. And what that does in your body is it causes more diabetes, causes more heart disease, more obesity. So take popcorn, for example. The corn itself is a good carbohydrate. It's a complex carbohydrate. But once you pop it, you've refined that carbohydrate, and it's not in Mother Nature's form anymore.
Right.
And then it's the bad carb. And things like adult onset diabetes, we're seeing it in kids now. We're seeing like little kids with adult onset diabetes, and it's all a process of just refining those carbohydrates and how it's affecting our bodies.
Yeah, it's too bad because I love popcorn, but hey, you gotta do what's right. Now these here are good examples, like you said, whole grain, whole wheat, fruits. Those things are the kind of things you wanna go toward if you want good carb for energy.
Correct. I mean, any carb will give you energy, but the thing with these carbs is the way your body metabolizes it. It doesn't raise your blood sugar quite as high, and actually down the road, these cause diabetes, obesity, heart disease, some of those things that our audience out there may be suffering with. You're going to have less of an incidence of that with the good carbohydrates.
All right.
You can imagine if you're eating this versus, like we said, something your great-grandmother wouldn't recognize, a Twinkie or anything like that. You're going to have different health effects.
All right. So carbs are not the enemy always.
Not the enemy always.
All right, Dr. City Bose, thank you so much for joining us. And if you have any questions at home that you want answered here on Wednesdays with our doctor, you can just submit your questions to the email on your screen, or you can go to those Facebook pages you're seeing right now as well. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Thank you.